Hey guys, Jujubear here, welcome back to the channel. Now today we're going to be getting into game 2 of the semi-finals between Sol Invictus and Walii from the ZEAL clan. Now game 2, if I'm going through my notes here, game 2 Sol Invictus brought Rome and he was like, yep, chance of getting a swap round's pretty low, I'm going to bring Rome. He brought it pretty strong, so it's max 4 of the same unit. So he brought 4 veteran legionnaires, 4 Evocati cohort, like maxing out the very strongest units that he can. And then we had Walii, who brought the same Athenian build that he brought in the first match. So Thorax Hoplites, Thracian Warriors, Peltas, that kind of thing. Game 2, we actually had a swap round. So Sol Invictus is going to be sweating his ass off because he's going to have to come up against that Roman build that he just brought with him. And Walii's going to hope to use that same build, the Roman build, to good effect. So let's jump in and we'll see how it goes. Hey, you salty dogs. Welcome back to the battlefield, Jujubear here. Now, we had a swap round, as I said before. The Athens build that Walii used in the first match is now going to be played by Sol. And the Roman build that Sol brought to the table in game 2, which is what we're looking at now, is going to be played by Walii. Now, Soci Equites, Soci Equites, Soci Equites. 4 of them, 1 Equite, and a Legatus. So, plenty of mobility on the field from Sol here. He's got 4 Evocati, which is great, mate. We've got 4 veteran legionnaires. We got 2 Levy in the center, and then we've also got 4 Vigile. So pretty standard, really very neat. I don't know if he really meant that, or if it worked out to be 0 funds exactly, but like very neat army there from Sol. Now we got 2 very interesting formation happening here. So 2 wings being organized. Don't know whether they're going to be exactly the same. Very strong one over here, I'm guessing. We've got 2 Citizen Cav, 3 archers up the front. Let me just... Yep, 3 archers up the front. We got Thracians, 2 of them, and then Mercenary, Picked, Mercenary. Thorax Hoplites, Thorax Hoplites, Thorax Hoplites, Thorax Hoplites. So center line of Thorax Hoplites, very strong. I guess that's a Rhodian Slinger, yep. And we got the Tarentine Cav. And a very specialized wing over here. And I guess what is this? This is probably just a holding force. 2 citizens and 2 peltas. So very interesting to see this kind of combination happening. Peltas and citizen cav. And then you've also got like I don't know. It'd be interesting to pick his brain, see what he thought about what this was all about. So Sol's going to push on the right flank. And it looks like Walii's going to be trying desperately to reform. I guess having such a condensed formation means that he's going to struggle to face 2 directions at once. He really should just change around his formation to match that of Sol's here. So I'm just going to put it into forward just while we move around. But it looks like, wow, yeah, Sol's going to go very wide. Organizing his troops extremely wide here. These levies almost got a shot off on those Tarentine Cav here. And these Tarentine Cav are going to do a little bit of work on these Soci Equites, get a couple of kills. Good stuff. These Peltas moving in for a kill. Ooh, they're going to get caught here. No, they're not. I lie.
Fire on the enemy!
And wow, okay, so Walii's going to be pushing fairly hard over here. These Citizen Cav are going to hold back, hopefully, what these units are doing. With 1 Citizen Cav, he's going to hold down 2 Soci Equites. And then these Peltas are going to absolutely rain death down upon these units. This is not good for Walii so far early in the game. He's going to be losing these 2 Soci Equites, that's for sure. But I think he really needs to keep a hold of his skirmishes. So Walii's doing okay to get rid of these Peltas, though he is trying to pull out these Soci Equites, which is not great. He does have 1 Vigile in combat here, which is good, but don't know how long they're going to last, especially with these Evocati cohort on the way. So it looks like Sol's going to do the right thing and pull out a whole bunch of his units. May have to sacrifice 1 Citizen Cav here. At least I would. Oh wow, in the center we have Soci Equites charging into these Mercenary Rhodians. Almost catching them as well. Only got 17 men left. Just a big old mess. It looks like, yep, Walii's desperate to get into these skirmishes as quickly as possible. He is cutting down a number of these Citizen Cav, but the Soci Equites are starting to falter from Walii here. Pulling back the Peltas before they get caught by the Evocati cohort, not a bad idea at all. But the Peltas are now in combat against these Soci Equites. The Peltas will probably do okay against the Vigiles. They could probably win that engagement out. And it looks like these Soci Equites are gone. So we've got 2 Soci Equites left on the field, at least, or 1 Equite and 1 Soci Equite. And it looks like all these Equites over here are going to be starting to crumble fairly quickly, I would imagine. Thorax Hoplites facing up against the Evocati cohort. Probably not going to do too well. We all know how that story probably ends, though the Evocati are probably going to take a fair few losses in the process. Very nice charge here from the Tarantines getting into these Soci Equites. And look at these Peltas just holding up like absolute champs. What is that? Melee attack 1824. Oh no, the Vigiles is slightly better. But they just have amazing melee defense and armor as well. Better than the Vigiles. Thorax Hoplite is going to be pulling out away from whatever they were fighting before. I guess these are the guys that got into combat with the Evocati from earlier. We're going to get a charge in the rear. That's bad of these Thorax Hoplites. But the rear is opening up to these Radiant Slingers, and they're going to be able to get a lot of very important shots in there. Peltas is still holding up against the Vigiles, doing an excellent job there. Another Peltas over here, holding up fairly well. In the center, we've got meat shielding units being torn apart by these mercenary Thracians. Great use of the high charge bonus units to get rid of the meat shielding units. These Equites didn't get the best charge, so they're probably going to get hacked down as well by the Thracian warriors, just because they do have that bonus versus large. Now the battlefield's fairly spread out. So Walii's going to have to be careful to make sure that he can micro on all different fronts. Oh, we've got a Peltas and a Thorax Hoplite over here that are separated from the group. So Walii's done a great job of dividing and conquering. These Thorax Hoplites are going to have to be careful they don't get caught by these extremely strong swords. The same goes for these Radiant Slingers. They may actually get caught by the swords. No, looks like they're going to be pulling out. And Walii doesn't go for the bait. He's not going to take it. These Thorax Hoplites and Peltas are going to be left alone completely. Don't know if that's a good idea. He really should get rid of them before they can come back into the rest of the pack. These Veteran Legionnaires get amazing shots in the rear onto these Thorax Hoplites. Nice charge coming in here on those Veteran Legionnaires against the Citizen Cav. So a bit of a 1-2 punch coming in here, and the Thracian Warriors are going to come in and get a couple of kills on those Veteran Legionnaires as well before they can get into combat. Don't know if I would bother with the 1-2 just because the Roman units don't really have a great charge bonus anyway, and you don't want to worry too much about disrupting it. Wow, lots of kills on that. Oh, this is interesting. The Thracian Warrior is being pulled out instead of the Citizen Cav. Don't know how useful that would be, but I don't know. Maybe he's got a reason for it. Over here, we do have an engagement. Oh, bad. Radiant Slinger is getting caught by the Soci Equites. And the Thorax Hoplite General are going to be struggling against a number of units, already down to 63 men. The skirmishers of Soul are going to have to be careful not to get overwhelmed and caught. Veteran Hoplites up against 2 Soci Equites. That's going to go pretty well for him. Evocati cohort struggling. Veteran Legionnaires just smashed down to 83 men. Didn't expect that at all. And these mercenary Thracian warriors are being cycled in and out, getting a whole bunch of kills. Levies are supporting, probably going to be able to help out fairly well. Equites are going to go down. And look at this, the cavalry of Walii is doing an excellent job on the skirmishers of Soul here. He's already managed to get through a couple of archers so far. And it looks like this Soci Equite is going to be able to get a nice charge in the Citizen Cav. Probably won't be able to kill them off, but nonetheless, the charges really need to be coming through properly for Soul here. He's only got 32 Thorax Hoplites. These Thracian Warriors picked up a couple of kills on those Soci Equites while they could. If they can catch them again, they may be able to shred them. Pulling back with a number of units from Soul. He is doing fairly well over here. Evocati cohort down to 39 men, going to be able to cut through them. And with the continued effort of this Thracian warrior, he's been able to kind of pull down a number of units down to, wow, 57 men at Legionnaire, and Evocati cohort down to 35. Not bad at all. These Thorax Hoplites are going to turn around and get a charge issue ordered. Evocati cohort up against mercenary veterans, doing very well. And I guess it's these angles that are really helping him out here. Nice shots into the back of the Evocati cohort over there. Though of course their morale is like fucking unbreakable. So one of them died, which is great. Veteran Legionnaire over here is about to go down. We've got another Evocati cohort that's on its way as well. So Soul's actually doing pretty well to pull this back. Very well actually. These archers are going to be able to get a whole bunch of kills, but not if they're getting charged by these Equites. And the general is going to be coming in here, the Legatus of Soul. Oh, sorry, Walii. Soul's going to have to be careful to keep his skirmishers alive, because that's going to be the key to winning this game. Levies being destroyed. Evocati cohort, only one of them left. These Thracians probably aren't going to be able to do it by themselves. They'll probably need some support. These mercenary veterans doing a great job against the Evocati cohort. And we've got a whole bunch of swords that are still fairly strong on the battlefield. But the big thing is, Soul's actually been able to get rid of a lot of the mobility left on the field by Rome. And there aren't any skirmishes that he's going to have to deal with. So Socki Equite is struggling hardcore. Almost get a charge into the back of these Thorax Hoplites by these veteran and Evocati cohort. So he's going to have to pull out. Mercenary veterans chewing their way through that Evocati cohort from before. Socki Equite is going to start to drop. These Equite is going to be able to catch the Thorax Hoplites. Levy's getting in here. Picked Hoplites, didn't realize they were still left in the field. 129 kills in those guys. Amazing stuff. We'll see if they're going to be able to hold on against these a mixture of different Roman troops. Very close battle so far. Thorax Hoplite is going to turn around and get into combat against these Evocati and Veteran Legionnaires. I don't know how well that's going to end, because this Evocati is up to pretty much full strength. He probably needs to get those guys into Hoplite War. Though, like, the units of units of Walii are starting to drop, amazingly enough. I don't know what we're seeing here. It's going to be very close, that's for sure. Equite and Legatus, crucially, these guys are left on the field still. Veteran Legionnaire coming back into the fight with 103 men left. These are mercenary veteran Hoplites are... Wow, they're actually managing to get through these Veteran Legionnaires. Amazing stuff. A charge issue has been ordered. These picked Hoplites are going to turn around and take the charge of these Veteran Legionnaires. They do get a precursor, which is not great against the picked Hoplites. But looks like these mercenary veteran Hoplites are just going to be able to hold on against the Veteran Legionnaires. They're starting to waver once again. Mercenary veterans doing a great job against what's left of this Evocati cohort. But now it is sandwiched between two very strong units. These picked Hoplites absolutely beasting out. 226 kills, that's fucking amazing. Don't know if they're going to be able to pull this out though. They will be able to kill a lot of these cavalry units, but don't know how they're going to go against the Veteran Legionnaires and all of these swords that are left on the field. Evocati cohort being hacked down by this mercenary veteran Hoplite. Good stuff there. Managing to get one of them off the field, amazingly enough. Picked Hoplite, will they stabilize? We got a waiver on both units. Yeah, and that's going to be it. That was very, very close. What I thought was going to be a fairly routine win for Walii turned into a very, very scary ending to him. 207 kills on these Veteran Legionnaires. Evocati cohort, you'd probably expect them to get a whole bunch more kills there. But the Vigiles also doing fairly, surprisingly enough, they were still in the game right there at the end there. Thorax Hoplites doing fairly well. The veterans, holy fuckballs, the veterans did really well. Also, the picked Hoplites also did very well. Double XP Chevron, getting a lot of kills on very expensive units. Thracians doing amazingly. I really like the way that he was cycling them in and out of already engaged combat. The Peltas were really nice. I really like the formation that he brought. That was a very interesting thing to watch and to see how that kind of panned out. Unlucky. So that's 1-1. Walii has won the second game, and Sol Invictus has won the first match. So it's going to go down to the last match here, and I'm going to be bringing that to you very soon. So keep an eye out. Until I see you then, this is Jujubear signing out. Peace.